a cigarette break?
It's time. Let me get my parliaments.
Let me light that for you.
You know, I've never had these before.
Ooh, what are we holding up?
We're holding up these natural American spirits.
Yes, cigarettes, because I bought a pack of American Spirit cigarettes this morning. I don't even know what fucking day it is.
I'm telling you.
What time is it? Where am I? Who am I?
Currently, it's 12:49 Pacific Standard Time in the afternoon.
In the lovely city of Burbank, ladies and gentlemen.
I've only had the mellow flavor, which is the yellow flavor, and those are fantastic. But
they call you mellow yellow.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And now I'm seeing that there's organic menthol in these. Ooh, shameless plug. Congratulations.
Shameless plug, American Spirit. Thank you. Our new sponsor. We had Pringles last week, and now we've got American Spirit.
American Spirit. Shout out for sponsoring this. Not really sponsoring this.
For fake sponsoring our episode today.
Yep. In this cigarette break. It's funny.
As soon as we get done with this, the two of us are going to go and have a cigarette, and I don't smoke, but I need to, because somebody that has been part of my life for frickin' jeez Louise, since I was 12 years old, died yesterday. She's basically my mom. And I didn't realize how much I was going to be affected by this whole situation. So I kind of don't even know if I want to talk about it, but I sound snotty and I sound stuffed up.
Well, just brief us on it. I don't even know a little. God. I don't even know that much. I know.
You know. So my best friend. So I have two best friends. I've got Ashley Madison and I've got Daddy-O.
Shout out to Ashley.
Shout out Ashley.
What's up, Daddy-O?
What's up, Daddy-O? So I'm Kitty Cat and he's Daddy-O. So that's just kind of how we've always rolled. And he was, I know, it's stupid. It's our nicknames for each other. It is what it is. But it's always been that way. And so he was my little boyfriend when we were younger, and we came together as buddies, and he's my lobster, if you're a Friends fan.
Wow, that's pretty big.
I know, he is. And what's happened...
Wow, that's huge.
I know, and it sucks, because he and I are like brother and sister.
Yeah, that's really... Wow.
I know, it's nuts. So
that's weird. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, we're going to have to, because I'm dealing with, like, this whole situation, because he lost his dad a couple years ago as well. So he has no parents now, right? And that's like fucking nuts to me. And all I want to do right now as we're sitting here is drive down to Orange County again, because that's what I've been doing for this past week while Mama was dying. And I just want to like snuggle with his fat, smoky ass right now, just because like he's the only person that I want to be with right now, you know? And he doesn't have, I mean, he's got family and friends and stuff around him, but I'm up here and I feel like I'm the one that needs to be with him, and that's completely self-centered. But I just am like, he needs me right now for sure.
Yeah.
So John came into the studio and I'm like at my desk like sobbing, and he's like, well, this is a great way to kick off our cigarette.
I just had no idea what to do. I was like, oh.
I mean, you knew about it, but yeah, all of a sudden I'm getting like these influx of these random like
these breakout sessions. Yeah. And you were like, oh, I didn't hear you step in. I'm like, I slammed the door.
Well, but I was blasting what did you call it?
What were you blasting? You were blasting Carol what's her name?
Sheryl Crow.
There we go.
What did you call it? White emo?
White people emo music. Sheryl Crow is white people emo music.
The last cut is the deepest. Baby, I know.
Literally, the last cut is the deepest. This is emo music. Literally, it's in her lyrics, people.
But all I want to do is have some fun. See? It shifts you. So, one moment I'm slitting my wrist, the next I'm in a freaking, like, convertible driving through Beverly Hills and Santa Monica Boulevard.
She even did a cover of Sweet Child of Mine?
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
That is probably my only
Wow.
Sheryl Crow song that I know that I actually am like, oh yeah,
yeah. You should see me. If I used to actually like stand in as a guest singer for a band in Orange County. So anytime like their lead singer was like out sick or whatever, I would stand in for her. And I used to wail "Sweet Child of Mine" like a mofo. Whoa. Lyndsay didn't just say the F word, like a motherfucker. Something's happening over here, people.
Seriously.
Oh my God.
But that's how you know she's white people emo, because there's always that white person, emo person that has that one song that is not emo, and that is Sheryl Crow, "Sweet Child of Mine."
Yep. I mean, if we could play it and not get like really like killed on copyright infringement, we would totally be playing that
100%.
Right. So Johnny Boy and I had an interesting what do we call this?
You called it a tizzy.
No, I called it a tiff.
Oh, a tiff. I like tizzy. Maybe I called it a tizzy. I like tizzy.
All right, we'll call it a tizzy.
Because it's like short for like, I don't know. We had a tizzy, people. Okay.
We had a tizzy. This podcast has, well, I mean, quite frankly, it's bamboozled us. Completely.
More so on this end because it's been a really big disruptor in my life. I'll be honest.
Sure.
It has completely. It's not. I mean, we talked about this I think in episode 1 where it's like the stepping out of uncomfortability. There it is again.
There it is. You're so good with your words.
Yes, completely good. English major, folks, and stepping into our comfort zone, which a lot of us love to do, but this is not one of them for me. I hate being uncomfortable. I don't think anybody loves it.
No, nobody likes being uncomfortable.
Yeah, and if you do love it, you know what? Props to you.
Yeah, like nobody likes their thighs like rubbing against each other, all sweaty in an amusement park. It's uncomfortable.
That's because that's what everyone was thinking.
I am in, like, my brain is so foggy. It's a miracle that I am here right now doing this.
I was thinking like putting mayo on a hot dog. Like, that's pretty uncomfortable for me to see.
Ew, gross. Yeah. That sounds disgusting.
Sorry for the mayo lovers out there. But no, seriously though, we did have a tizzy. It's just been a huge disruptor. And in fact, I think our entire this past Saturday, which was 3 days ago, if my math is correct.
I don't even know. I woke up this morning. My new chickie doodle that I hired for my company, she also does our podcast show notes. She's coming out on Thursday, and she from Philly, and she calls me this morning at 6:00 in the morning, and I'm like, why the fuck are you calling me at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning? And she goes, it's Tuesday, dude.
I just know that we just had a little tizzy. That was about it.
We did, but it was a good tizzy. So let's explain it, because I don't think anybody understands.
Well, I think everybody has gone through this, which is why we're taking a break from outside what's going on to really. I mean, this is where I wanted to take a break and actually talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And just like,
let's do it.
When there's partnerships that are formed in your life, and they just get in the way of your personal life. You know what I'm saying? We always have those partnerships that get in the way of our personal life. We just do, whether it's in a good way, in a bad way. And for this one, for the longest, I thought this was just bad. Like, friends are calling me out. My stuck up Catholic friends sometimes will tell me, hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You're cussing on a podcast. You're talking about sex, and you have all these questions, where the church stands, and obviously this is not for them. I tell them, this is not for you, because you are already set in your ways. You're set there. Right. You're there.
Yeah.
And I'm set in my ways for, I would say, 99% of our thoughts, my feelings, all that good stuff. But I come from a place of, I want to question, and I want to challenge. And, this has just gotten in the way of my life completely.
100%.
And we had a tizzy, which means we just had a fight, but it wasn't really a fight.
It wasn't a fight. It was like, I yelled at you.
You did. You yelled hard. No. I was like, dude, are you in or are you out? Like, what the hell's going on? Why aren't you showing up? Why ain't this?
Well, because I am literally, I wake up every morning, like I told you when I was tizzying at you. It's going to be over. I'm totally tizzying. I was like, dude, fuck, man. I am not asking for that much. I'm like, just show up, be here, and let's just do this thing, and then get the fuck out of here.
And then I'm over here like, no, that's not at all what's going on. Well, what's going on then?
I know.
And I'm over here like, listen, and it came down to a point where, there's certain behavioral aspects that I've grown accustomed to, that I've been with since I was 4 years old, since I was born, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? And that's, we talked it out, all that Tizzy stuff.
We
all that
tizzied the hell out of each other.
Tizzied the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that it fell on the same week that, that your best friend's mom, that was basically your mom almost.
Yeah.
Just died. And, we always have these weeks where just back to back something happens.
Life happens.
Life just hits hard.
Yeah.
And, whether you're called out on something, whether, I don't know, and just so good. I don't know.
I feel like what happened between us a couple days ago was a really good turning point for the show in 100 different ways. One is we set up some boundaries with each other that we didn't really have in place, because what we ended up doing is we turned it into buddies throughout this whole process, and then we like to hang out with each other. I mean, our bad, we like each other, right? And we hang out and we're giving each other advice and we're shooting the shit, and I work from home, so it doesn't matter. We can do whatever the hell we want to.
But then shit just wasn't getting done.
Shit wasn't getting done, and I am Little Miss. I always have my printed out documents, and I'm ready to go, and da-da-da-da-da. And this guy over here, and it's true, you were just showing up to hang out, and then the hanging out got longer and longer, and then it
was fun and fancy free,
Yes, fancy.
And and there's something that we have talked about, I mean, in my own life, of keeping a schedule. And I know this is not becoming at points of when is the good stuff happening? When are you gonna be talking about sex?
I know.
If you haven't noticed that this is a cigarette break, we're taking a break and just talking about personal life, all that good stuff.
Yep.
And this shit has just been creeping up, and inevitably where it's you know what? It's just time to get shit done.
It's time to get shit done, dude. We are rocking this, and that is where my frustration has been. Where I go through our analytics, and I go through all, because I'm the one that does all of this stuff, and so and that's not me being negative towards you, my darling, but I do everything. I'm doing our Instagram, I'm doing our Facebook, I'm managing all of the different platforms, I'm doing our RSS feed, I'm doing the website, I'm doing this, that, and the other thing, and I'm just oh my God, just come and record with me. I'm not asking that much of you, but I think that you kind of falling in love with the podcast is what actually just happened, and it came in a roundabout way, and I think that's really cool. And I went back and listened to our first episode. I didn't even tell you this. I went back and listened to our first episode after our Tizzy, and I'm my God, we have grown in 20 episodes.
I'm telling you.
It's nuts. I'm watching myself. You've taught me so much shit about myself that you didn't even know that you're doing, and we can talk about this off air, but
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. It's a secret society.
What's funny is that I feel like this episode is taking us back to episode 2 now, because we're over here just talking but this is what happens when you create something, and
I like how you said when you create partnerships.
Well, you do. You create partnerships, and in life you create things that sometimes it comes off of a whim. And this that I said, yeah, I'll do this. The longest I'm this isn't me. This isn't me. This isn't the branding. This isn't me. This isn't me. This isn't me. This isn't me. But at the end of the day, it is me. And it's weird how we're talking,
seriously gonna cry,
and we're talking about ourselves here, and I'm sorry to throw this out to everybody, we're going through issues and all that stuff, but just to let you know, when you think people have it all together, you see it a lot in social media. You see that model you follow, or that that movie star or that artist or whatever you follow.
Or the lame family picture on the beach where everybody's wearing the same outfit.
Yeah, where you think, or even that family where you think they have it all together.
Please stop that.
People sometimes, and a lot of the time, we don't have it all together. We simply don't.
None of us do.
But we play these facades that life is so good. You look at this again. You look at this person, that person that has that show up and their life is perfect. They have money. They got wealth. They got a wife. They got this. You have no idea what goes on behind the scenes.
That's right.
You just don't.
Yeah.
And this is, I guess we're sharing this to tell you oh yeah, we may have it look like there's chemistry, maybe all good, all that. We don't worry, we pay attention to the comments. We pay attention to the feedback. We do. We really
totally do.
We listen to the emails, even though they're not vocalized, they're written.
We listen to emails.
All that good stuff.
That's what we do.
But deep down, you're looking at two people, well, not looking at them, but you're listening to two people right now that just don't have their shit together.
No.
Me personally, I don't. And
I don't know what the fuck's going on in my life right now. I'm about ready to lose my fucking mind.
I'm telling you, and you just, went through a death, and you tell me today, hey, I just had a God moment. I'm what the hell? You don't even believe in God. But you do, but you don't, but you do, but you don't. Pick pick a side, woman. You know?
I'm not picking any sides right now. That's for a whole different discussion.
And you know, and for me, like, you think like just because I'm this Christian guy that's like, you know, a cool dude or whatever, I don't have my shit together. I really don't. I'm still a millennial at heart. I still don't respond to your text messages right away. I still don't pick up the phone right away. I let it go on vibrate, and I found out